guys, we're doing a reading for February 17th through to February 23rd. So happy late Valentine's Day to those people that celebrate. I'm doing this a little bit early, I'm doing it on the 13th, but I've already received some beautiful flowers from my lover, and we are going out to supper this evening, so that should be really nice. I kind of feel like when it comes to Valentine's Day, there are a lot of people, it seems like I've been gravitating towards a lot of people who are grieving, who have experienced loss, whether it's divorce, breakups, separations, extreme disagreements, death. There's grief, right? So I feel like if you're one of those people right now who's experiencing loss of a loved one in particular, that this is a perfect time to really start finding more peace, love, and commitment to your own happiness, your own frequency, because at the end of the day, we only have ourselves. We only have our energy. And so it's important that we're able to figure out how we want to live, who we want to be, and what we want that to look like. So we're doing a lot of that soul searching, I guess, that diving into what it's all going to be like. Because on the 23rd, on Sunday, we have a new moon coming up. And so I will be doing a reading on that as well. So we just had a full moon in Leo, which is talking about more of that spontaneous energy and just feeling a little bit more like, okay, let's just go and kind of do it. Whereas this new moon is going to be a lot more about, okay, I figured out a lot of things, but now it's time to just kind of like reevaluate and readjust. So it's kind of like the old energy was the doing, and now it's kind of the stopping and reassessing, okay? If that makes sense. So let's pull you guys up some cards. I want to pull some tarot. So let's do a spread for this week and see what that looks like. So this is going to be health. Okay, so when it comes to our health, we have Page of Cups and Seven of Wands, challenges. All right, this is saying that we don't want to be too out there right now. We don't want to be giving it all away in terms of energy, in terms of our success, in terms of our secrets, whatever it is. We don't want to give it all away. And so this is saying that I feel like we're coming a long way with health and that sort of thing. We're working on our strength, that sort of thing. So it's about really working on, yes, self-love, but there's a lot of faith that's coming in with the universe, which is great. So if you're not doing a lot of that work and you're seeking balance right now, then stay kind of out of the drama, stay out of the toxic energy, and that might be a little helpful for you. My apologies because it is getting a little bit dark in this room while I'm doing this. Friendship, that's great as we're talking about health. So this is, I'm getting a lot of energy on one side, and that's my heart side. So it's like you might be feeling like you're losing yourself along the way. If you're giving too much of yourself, you're forgetting about you. So I've been talking a lot about really, it feels like reprioritizing, because I'm using the word because we're in the Mercury retrograde energy. So it's about, okay, yes, I know where I'm going, but I'm still taking time out for myself to negotiate some things with my own body. It's like, it could be body talk, doing more self-talk, more tapping, more physical connection, things like that. So when you're more physically connected with your own body, it helps other people connect with us better, right? Makes sense. I love that. So there's tons of love around the health this week. So that's great. Not a bad week for health. So let's go into romantic relationships. Love. Okay, and that's where there's tension. Tension right here. And then we have the Lover's card, Angels of Commitment, saying there's some overwhelm. It could be in a good way and it could be in a bad way. And so it's like, okay, because it's different for different people. So if you want a personal reading, go to robinsealing.com. Check me out there. I'm doing some specials. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. So there's this new age thing that's coming up around love, where people are kind of like looking to commit, but not really. All right. And so it's kind of like old age versus new age when it comes to love. And it's like people are looking for love to make themselves feel better. So it's kind of related to the health card that the love energy is we're being called into self-love. And self-actualization is when we've completed all of our own basic needs. We've found ourselves along the way, and now we're kind of having those moments where it's like, okay, I'm ready, I'm content, I'm happy, no matter what it looks like, what life looks like. I'm good with me, all right? So it might result in time away from people, actually, okay? Tower card, this is a biggie. All right, so this is like also readdressing situations. So it's like, okay, maybe there was some drama or politics in my relationships, friends, family, whatever. But I'm not gonna take the old things that had happened to me and bring it into this new current relationship. So if you're not in an intimate relationship, it's still like you're healing and you're surrendering to forgiveness and adapting to the new and that sort of thing. And so if you've been feeling depressed or sad because you don't have that partner, it's kind of saying like you're identifying with yourself on a deeper level right now, and that may be why you're feeling like some internal stuff, okay? But the key thing is like you're figuring out you, and it's always coming back to you, okay? So self-actualization, self-talk, that sort of thing is great. Ace of Wands, inspiration. All right, I really like this card for love. So this is saying that you might be the one that needs to do all the work in the love relationship. And if that's the case, that's not the end of the world, because what's going to happen is it's about a karmic cycle, and kind of like sometimes we're doing a lot of giving and then sometimes we end up having to do a lot of taking. So just because that's the situation does not mean that you're going through difficulties in your relationship. It just means that that's the energy that you're in, okay? So just kind of like take it easy, take it down a notch, and don't worry about how things are unfolding as much as they are. There's an inward energy that has to happen, and so that's a good thing. All right. I like these cards. We've got a random card over here, and we're gonna call this health too. Okay, and this is saying that so many times we hear there's no such thing as a free lunch, right? And it's kind of like going back into the relationship stuff too. Health and relationships are really important right now. It's kind of like having a backbone, being strong, but also being flexible. All right? So it's like you're not going to be like taking advantage of other people or letting other people take advantage of you. It's just going to start to be like you're learning the healthy boundaries with other people. For some, maybe exchanges, but there are boundaries that are going to have to happen for your health, and there's permission there. Because if you're a person who's single and you're kind of like just figuring some things out, it kind of feels like you need to have a little bit more like leeway in terms of your vision. Like, okay, yes, you know you want this, but you have to be open to that sort of thing, okay? So don't get too caught up even in that karmic cycle that I just said, because I feel like we're working on balance a lot right now. So that's like you're balancing your heart too with your mind. So that's why I'm saying stay open, because the universe is going to start to guide you when you're open, which is great. But there's still some stress in here around that. So we have around career, we have creativity and Queen of Wands. This is talking, we're going in a huge, major, brand new direction. And it's saying that when it comes to like, again, love, that and family and stuff like that, for some people it is friendships. It's like there's so much love there that your commitment is getting even bigger and growing publicly, so you can start speaking up and own your words and things like that. So if you are feeling down, depressed, like you're not in a good space because of love or whatever it is, because of work or finances, this is saying that there's a new peak that's happening, as I was saying, new age, old age, where it's kind of like I think people are starting to understand each other just a tiny bit more, which is amazing. This 2020, we're making beautiful changes. But this is talking about balance, yes, with the heart and mind, but it's kind of like the old energy is clearing. So it's kind of like whatever you have going on career-wise, that energy is moving. It's going away. So start focusing in on healing around work and stuff like that, okay? So since we're talking about finances, might as well connect to the energy of finances. So this is a really great week, guys. A lot of work, a lot of balance, a lot of career work too. So trust we have with finances, Knight of Pentacles. That's a perfect card for that, all right? So this is saying like, agree to disagree. You might be struggling with the self a little bit, kind of like, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. And so this is saying like, your diet even plays a role in how your finances are. It makes sense. We have to buy groceries, go out for lunch, stuff like that. It's going to affect our energy. So it's saying that it's okay to be generous and kind, but make sure that you're not looking for anything back in return. So if you feel like you're doing things like you're giving based on wanting to get back financially, no. That's not a good thing. It's like the kindness from your heart, generosity. And that's essentially what's going to bring you the ultimate satisfaction in terms of even like your nutrition and stuff like that. You're going to start to feel like some of the old age stuff is coming back into the world and it's helping us. So I look at that as like, for myself, working more with cash, because that's the way we used to be. And so it's about also like hiding money underneath your bed, that sort of thing. There's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to have a safety net. But it's also important that you're not hoarding that. Things aren't secretive with finances. You're very open and you're communicating. So health, relationships, and finances are all going to be really big this week. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed that. Tune in for some of my lives. In terms of my readings, I'm doing $20 readings starting on the 22nd until the 29th for 1 hour. So that's a perfect opportunity to get familiar with myself and how I do that. So you can create some dialogue between you and I. And if you're planning on doing that, please book early because it will fill up. And make sure that you are preparing yourself energy-wise for that reading ahead of time. So if you do meditations, that'd be great. Bring a notepad into the session and come up with some thoughts of your own with intentions that how you'd like to present yourself with ideas as well, so we can work together as a team. So that would be great. Okay, take care. Love you all. Bye for now.